second, now the pitch. Oh, double play ball to second, 4.
The baseball season is well underway, and that can only mean it's time for another edition of MLB The Show. Now that 2K Sports' MLB 2K is out of the picture, the stage is set for the only game in town. As is par for each new entry in the franchise, fresh features and enhancements are promised, and in that regard the show doesn't disappoint. However, some technical limitations put a damper on the proceedings. And with the next generation version looming on the horizon, it might be smart to lay off for a month.
Now here's a ball hit hard on the ground to second. And a base hit as the run will score from third and the Yankees score first. It's 1-0.
Everything fans have come to expect from the show is here, but with some notable improvements that make the overall experience smoother and more accessible. The controls are as tight as ever with intuitive fielding, realistic pitching, and split-second hitting. The new quick pitch feature can cut game times in half, making for a fun hybrid of playing and simulating a game. A count is randomly generated for each batter faced, like 1-1, 2-2, 3-0, and so forth, depending on the situation and player tendencies.
Swinging a ground ball towards the middle, and that looked like it caught him squarely in the arm.
With it enabled, though, the satisfying feeling of striking out a batter when the count already has 2 strikes feels somewhat diminished. Still, it's a great way for many to actually finish an entire season, and the feature feels tailor-made for the Vita version, offering quick gaming sessions on the go. Microtransactions are still prevalent, but have been toned down thanks in part to the in-game currency, stubs. You can earn stubs by playing any game mode in the show, and then trade them in for things like a higher payroll for your Dynasty team, or training points for created characters. Although, if you want to be the best player in the league without spending a dime, expect to put a lot of time in. Training points used to upgrade a player are a slow grind, and even when using stubs to supplement them further, it can take quite a while to max out a player.
Now a ball slapped hard the opposite way.
Playing against another human player is where MLB 14 shines, as it turns into a mind game and a battle of wits. With the CPU usually throws strikes, there's no telling where a player-controlled pitcher is going to throw, and it truly forces liberal swingers to rethink their strategy.
And he reaches for one but can't find it.
The ability to play an entire season online with up to 30 players is finally a reality. You can join a league outright or create one and tweak the settings accordingly. The wealth of options is staggering, with drafts, scouting, customizable rosters, and free agency, all making the transition from single player. Despite how great this is in theory, online mode is unfortunately an unstable mess. Stuttering and disconnects are common, and completing a full game is an achievement in itself. It's demoralizing to spend upwards of 60 minutes on a match, only for it to crash at a crucial moment in the 8th inning. Community challenges are new to MLB 14 and offer a nice deviation from the longer game modes. Players can come up with different scenarios like pitching a perfect inning, robbing a home run, hitting a grand slam, and so forth, which lead to winning stubs. Leaderboards are tied to each challenge, with the top player earning a stubs bonus each week, putting new value and meaning on an age-old concept. It's probably a better option than suffering through the various issues with regular online play. Those hoping for increased detail in the PlayStation 3 version will be somewhat disappointed. While not a bad-looking game, the PS3 version doesn't make any graphical leap from last year's entry, but it still plays just as well technically.
We'll take his first cuts of the ball game here.
MLB 14 The Show is another solid entry to an outstanding baseball franchise. The new additions have helped streamline the experience, and the stub system has directly addressed fan criticism of microtransactions. However, it's unfortunate that its ambitious online franchise mode is severely marred by technical difficulties. Hopefully the situation can be remedied in a future patch, and if not, well, at least we have the PlayStation 4 version to hope for.
Swing and a shot toward right center. And they have trouble with it in right center. And the run will score from second as this ball game is tied 1 apiece.